Welcome back to In the House with Beth and Ryan. I'm Beth, and this is Ryan.
This is our third or fourth take of this video.
It's true. This is going to be the final one.
We'll finally get there. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that we get asked a lot about these days. And it is whether you should buy first or sell first in today's market. And the answer, well, we'll give you our thoughts at the very end, but the answer really depends on a variety of things.
Yeah, exactly. Depending on what segment of the market you're moving to and from, and depending on your personal preferences and risk tolerances, there is probably a right answer for you.
For you.
Yep.
And so today we're going to talk about those, and we'll start off with the reasons why you would want to buy first instead of selling first. So there are a few good reasons why you may want to buy first, and a few other risks if you do decide to buy first. So why don't we get into some of the reasons why it would be a good idea to buy first?
Right. I think the most obvious one is that you are looking for a very specific type of property, whether that's because you're looking for your forever home, or you're just looking for something that has a lot of very specific criteria. Maybe you want a very specific neighborhood, or a house just that's a bit of a unicorn, more unique. Then you might want to buy first because it's going to take a little bit longer, most likely, for you to find that house, and you want to make sure that you're not pressured to buy something that isn't just right for you.
Right. And that's one of the key benefits, is that you're not in a rush. You don't have to make decisions under pressure because you haven't sold anything yet. And you have the ability to take your time, look what's out there, and take your time, compare, negotiate, and look at your options.
Yeah. The flip side to those pros would be some of the cons associated with buying first. I guess one of the biggest ones would be that you are potentially less competitive in terms of making your offer. You may need to have a sale of property condition, for example, which is totally fine in certain segments in today's market. But it may mean that you can't push quite as hard on the price. Sometimes if you don't need a sale of property, you can buy a house for a little bit less.
You can negotiate a little bit harder without a sale of property. And yeah, that's right. And so if you have that, you might not be as competitive against other offers or buyers if you do end up competing against buyers who don't have a sale of property condition. So it does hold you back a little bit. In this market, sellers are expecting, for the most part, that you will have a sale of property condition, but they may not be as interested in talking about it if the listing is newish to the market, or if they think that what you're going to sell may be difficult to sell. So it does add another level of complexity and requires further negotiation to get that house.
And the next point that's kind of connected to that is that if you do buy first with the sale of property condition, you are expected to have your house listed relatively quickly after your offer is accepted. So you do need to make sure that you are, while you're looking to buy, that you're kind of getting your house prepped in the background so that when you do have an accepted offer, your house is more or less ready to go.
Yeah, and even if the offer that you put in to buy a house doesn't have a sale of property condition, and you still have to sell your house relatively quickly if you need the funds to buy your next house. Okay, now we're going to talk about a few reasons why you might want to sell first before you buy.
Right.
And the main one?
The main reason would probably be financial. If you sell your house first, you will know exactly how much you sold your house for, and you know exactly what you're working with from a financial perspective.
Right, and this is particularly important for someone who may be on a tighter budget, or who also has been to a bank and has been pre-approved for a certain amount based on your house selling for a certain amount. And so now you know exactly what you're working with, and you can go out and negotiate the best deal.
Right. And then building off of that, you may be able to negotiate an even better deal because you have already sold your house. And so the sellers of the house that you're buying will find that appealing because they know that they don't have to wait for you to sell your house. So you may be able to negotiate a better price as well.
Right. And lastly, you will avoid the situation of potentially owning two houses at the same time, unless you intentionally plan to do that. But that's always a concern with people who are going from one house to another, that you end up stuck with two properties at the same time. And of course, selling first, you will never be in that scenario because your house will be sold.
Right.
Okay. And lastly, the cons of selling before you buy. So now you're in a situation where you have put your house on the market, you've sold it. What is downside?
Well, I guess the biggest downside would be that you don't find the house that you want. So you're under pressure now to find the place that you're going to buy within the constraints of the closing date that you've set up with the sale of your house. So this is where it really kind of matters how particular you are about where you're moving. Are you somebody who has a lot of possibilities in terms of what would make you happy? Lots of different neighborhoods, different types of houses, different styles. If that's the case, this might feel like less of a constraint.
Really, the question comes down to what should you do? Should you buy first or should you sell first in today's market? And we'll give you our own perspectives, and we didn't rehearse this. So I'm going to tell you mine, and then Beth will tell you hers.
Are you saying if it were you personally, or you're just going to give an example?
Well, we'd have to make the decision together because we're married. But if I wasn't married, if I was single and Beth was single and we had to make our own independent decisions, I would sell first, I think, because
that's it.
You would buy first. I would sell first because I would know exactly how much money I have, and what I would try to do is get a longer closing date so that I have more time to find a house that would be suitable to me. I'm not very picky with that stuff, so I would probably be able to just find something that I would like in that time frame. But I would sell first.
Yes, because you're very financially responsible too.
Maybe not.
I'm less financially responsible. I feel like I would probably buy first because I'm very particular and picky, which is why we haven't moved in over 18 years as realtors. I would need to buy first because I am always looking for the unicorn of houses.
So if you were to buy first, you'd be under a bit of pressure then because you'd have to sell this house.
That's true.
You'd have to have it on the market pretty quickly.
That's true.
Okay, and thanks for tuning in to Beth and Ryan's video today. And if you have any questions on the Guelph real estate market or want to know a little bit why we've decided what we've decided independently, you can always find us on our website at bethandryan.ca, where you can make an appointment, you can call us, you can email us, whatever you like.